Hello, I'm Evan Nolan, the president and co-founder of the United States Athletics Hall of Fame, here another returning nominee for the class of 2024. Born September 16, 1942 in San Diego, California, Dennis Walter Connor, who is known for his nearly fanatical dedication to the sport of sailing, is the only sailor on our nominees list this year. As a child, he just felt he needed to excel at something, and rather than hang around the neighborhood, he started hanging around the yacht clubs of San Diego, idolizing the greatest sailors in the area. As he said, I helped him with their lines, I asked him a million questions, and generally made a pest of myself, until somebody put me aboard a crew. Still, it wasn't easy, as sailing is a money-intensive enterprise, and Connor just didn't have the financial resources to have a boat of his own, not even a starlet, which was a small keelboat that the other kids at the Yachts Club all trained on. Yet Connor had no doubt that he had found his calling. He graduated from San Diego State and finally be able to purchase his first boat at the age of 27. He'd also twice be world champion in 1971 and in 77 in the Star class before moving up to larger ships. His big break would come in 1974 when Ted Turner would name him tactician of the America's Cup ship, the Courageous, which would defend the Cup that year. He'd serve as co-helmsman at the 1976 Olympics on a Tempest, which is a smaller ship class, taking home the bronze. He'd then get his first shot as captain of the 1980 America's Cup ship Freedom that would defend the Cup. Unfortunately, Connor would also go down as being the first American captain to lose the America's Cup in 1983, which broke a 132-year streak of the Cup remaining in American hands. This is both the biggest disappointment and greatest opportunity in his career. Because after losing the America's Cup, he'd sit alone in front of TV cameras, tears streaming down his face, offering no excuses, taking full responsibility for the loss. He had given it his all, but unfortunately had come up short. Surprisingly, at least to him, fans were touched, and thousands wrote to him offering him support. He said he got maybe only a couple hundred letters after he won in 1980, but tens of thousands after he lost in 83. This would rekindle the fire, and he would start planning to retrieve the Cup from Australia. He'd institute a year-round training program and have full-time professional teams, something which really hadn't been done in sailing since the 1930s. Most people on these crews had other full-time jobs. He'd also work to develop a new and faster ship. And it would work. He'd win the Cup back in 1987 in dominant fashion, winning every stage of the race by at least a minute and 10 seconds. He'd also defend the Cup again in 1988, before unfortunately losing it once again in a 1995 attempt. Still, there's no question that he's America's greatest competitive sailor. In addition to his Olympic bronze and 3 America's Cup victories, he'd be a 3-time American Sailor of the Year, and was a 1987 ABC Wide World of Sports Athletes of the Year. He'd won 28 world championships across all classes in his career, and is a member of the American Yachting Hall of Fame, a founding member of the National Sailing Hall of Fame, and one of only 4 American sailors in the ISAF Sailing Hall of Fame. He left quite the wake. And you can vote for Dennis Connor or any of our other nominees to the United States Athletics Hall of Fame at www.theusahof.com. That's the United States Athletics Hall of Fame.com, just all crunched together. Voting continues between now and we close our polls December 1st, so vote as often as you want, as long as it's only once a day. I'll be back soon with another nominee, but until then, take care.